To float some water today.
I feel something building up inside me. I must prepare, I must get ready. Serving you, Yahweh, keeps me strong and steady. For you, Lord, I'll go for green living.
I'm out in front of the Aquaponics system. An anonymous viewer went to our Amazon wish list, and blessed us with an upgrade for the Aquaponics. Actually, if you can see right over there, there's two black hoses coming out of there. That is a 48 watt pump and a 28 watt pump. So it's, you add those together and that's how many watts I'm using, which it averages out to where I'm using an amp, every hour to run those two pumps for the Aquaponics. And I'd like to be able to run back up to my flush system. So they were kind enough to get me a 620 gallon per hour pump, and if we check the side here, it only uses 0.58 amps, and I'm sure that's at optimum height, and I'm not sure what that is, but it has a maximum head pressure of 11 and a half feet. So and I want to push it up only about 6 to 8 feet, so it should be at the optimum height for running that little of amp. So even if it's in an amp an hour, I'll get my flush system back, and we'll be back in business that way. And I just noticed up there that my barrels had come apart. I forgot I'd taken them apart to clean them out. So I'm glad I saw that. It's alright. So I've been collecting up pieces of PVC pipe because I was playing around already. And a 3/4 inch male pipe thread fits here. So PVC, 3/4 inch PVC pipe. It fits right in the top. But I'm only going to run it 3/4 inch, maybe a foot or so. And then I'm going to go to 1/2 inch and just try to get good pressure up there. I want a good constant flow up there at the top. And I'll show you all that in just a minute. You can see how it's going to come up just the 3/4 inch that high, and then I'm going to change it right to, I gave it a little step hoping that it helps with, sending it straight up in the air. You never know. So I'm going to get cracking on this, and then I'll let y'all see. You can see how I have that connected up to that right there, and I'm going to lower it down. Try not to take any of that. Put it about right there. I don't know why it's curving so much, but there we go. I want to go straight up through there and up through that hole. We're up here above the aquaponic system, and the water level comes to about right there. Get the pipe out of there. I don't want to have to climb too much, so I thought about putting our hole about right there. Looks good to y'all, right? Alright, y'all see how that's sitting on the bottom right there. I don't want it to sit on the bottom. I want it to be up and suspended in the air so that we leave some water in there in case a mishap happens and we run out of water. So I'm going to take this to where it's just about at the bottom of that blue thing and mark right here. actually holding it out some from the sides, and then it goes on the inside, and I have something to make it point down so it doesn't leak backwards in this, because it is pointing slightly uphill. I got a little bit of cleaning to do in here, and then I'm going to teach y'all about floating water. Got it plugged in. I haven't seen how it's doing yet. Oh, it's doing pretty awesome. Because of the nice oxygen to get in there too, so a good nice flow. That's the really good thing, because that'll make this cycle, so that I haven't seen that before, that'll make this cycle a lot faster into that tank and then down the aquaponics. There's a fish right at the top. Somebody's about to have babies. I gotta watch out for that while I'm in here today. Alright, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about floating water. Make sure my fingers are out of there. I'm just holding on to my phone as much as possible. I'm filling up these tanks. Of course, I'm watching. It fills up these two back tanks, and there's a solar panel that helps run this system. The other side of the solar panel over there. But it'll fill up these two tanks and fill up this, and then this flush valve will flush it all into that tank and into that tank. And those two tanks spread out into my grow beds. So a lot more water moves through it a lot quicker, and it doesn't get slowed down or stopped up or anything like that. So anyway, about the floating water. Now, this tank below us is absolutely full. That tank is full to the point where it's right where the water runs out and feeds the beds. That tank is full to where the overflow valve is. So, but I don't want any of my fish tanks to lose any water. What I want to do is to suspend this, through the beds and the grow beds, and so I don't lose my water from there. And it'll cycle, and this one will overflow a little bit, but then it'll stabilize, and all my tanks will be full, and this will be filling up, and it will only lose about 4 inches off the top of that bottom tank. When you get into aquaponics, you'll understand it a lot better. I'm getting close here, so go ahead and start putting extra water in these tanks. Adds a little extra oxygen, as you can see, and it'll start them flowing. It'll start the water floating. So I'm going to fill it up where it's running out of here. Right down there, y'all can see that. And then on the little overflow. And then I'm going to fill up this tank right here to where it's overflowing. And I'm going to fill up all the aquaponics beds so that they're running. And then let me go ahead and do that. And then I'll let y'all see. It was so funny. One of the hoses underneath here came loose, and it was just like in my face, aquaponic water all in my face. I bet y'all wish y'all would have had that webcam in here. That would have been so funny. It would have been that would have been awesome to get on film. But I was just standing there, and it was just spraying right in my face. Well, y'all missed it. But anyway, let me turn this around. Cycling through, you can see how that tank's filled, and it's running out through there, and it's running into that tank there. So we're floating water, and we're a few inches low there from my mishap of I guess you just had to see it, just the aquaponics water splashing all in my face. I mean, I'm soaked from head to toe. I'm surprised the phone get wet, but so that's how you float water, guys. And I didn't mean float it in your face, but I meant to float water in midair. This thing just closed up, and that's emptying out. So now that'll sink down and close off. I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow till the sun's out in midday to to finish filling this back up for my little mishap. It was a, let me see if I can show y'all. It was actually this hose right here popped off and it's spraying me straight in front of the face. Y'all just, yeah, okay. Y'all better give me that webcam. You're missing out on moments like that. Alright, but it's working good. It's circulating good. This will fill up right here, this big blue tank that we put the pipe into. And then that overflow right there will start filling up. And you see it's attached to a pole up there. And when that fills up, it pulls that pole and pulls that plunger in there. It's like a toilet valve. And then the water runs over here to the second Aquaponics tank. And they're looking like, what's going on? I had to change the pipes in there. The pipe that was sticking across there was affecting the drain pipe right here, and it was wanting to not work right when it was filling up that to flush. So we have a little bit of the floating water that's running out right now, but I'm as quick as I can. I'm getting it pumped back up into here, and that one's still draining. So I lost a little bit on the float. I'm standing under the only shade in the greenhouse, which happens to be the bananas and the solar hot water heater. But you can see right through that plastic. I know it's going to be hard. That is where the cabin is, and it'll come out to the end of this aquaponic system right here. So this end wall will be the end of our cabin. So I'm going to have to move a few things around. But I'd like to, you know, to be able to put this up higher. This tank right here, put it up higher. And have a little bit better system that way. But it's working good. You can see that one draining in there nicely. And I wanted to thank everybody that has helped us so far about expanding for Anna's classroom and fixing the greenhouse plastic, because it's really going to help. I mean, we're almost halfway there. So if you want to be a sponsor, still some available, and I assure you that you'll get enough herbs and to 10 times make up what's left. We're trying to figure out a way to send the biggest priority mailbox is, they can be as heavy as they want, and we might even put plants in there and seeds and herbs. But so y'all consider being one of our sponsors, because we really can make it up to you in herbs and dried tomatoes, that kind of thing, the dried herbs, plants. So everybody consider that. But I'm going to end the video right here, and the aquaponics is working good. It's draining good. So, Ani Ove Ocha means I love you in Hebrew. Later, guys.
Living the way you meant for me to live is what I strive to do every day. As I live off the land, lead me at your pace. For you, Lord, I'll go for green living. Help me to feed all the hungry. Use me, Lord, to ease their misery. From all this worldly pain and captivity, for you, Lord, I'll go for green living. I feel something building up inside me. I must prepare, I must get ready. Serving you, Yahweh, keeps me strong and steady. For you, Lord, I'll go for